It's another day, the sun is shining. Got to know what's going on around you. Wake up, it's the time to motivate your mind. Come with me, let's make this moment brighter. Wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Come on and wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Hey.
Good morning and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise. I'm Anastasia Palacios.
Good morning. Happy Monday to you. I am Philip Simon II.
And of course, it's our pleasure to be back with you this marvelous Monday. Hoping that you had a wonderful weekend. Of course, we're looking forward to a great show. We've got so much ahead for you this morning. But before we get into it, it's always my pleasure to ask my co-host, how was the weekend, Phil?
You always ask me that because, sometimes it's be adventurous. And sure enough, it was a good weekend. Good weekend. Of course, it was party weekend, right? It was Camille's birthday was on Friday. So we did a little shindig on Friday, took him to Sugar Factory in Bahamas. And then on Saturday, we did did a little party get together at the house. And, I got to share with you. So I when I was away the last time, I bought these balloons, very special balloon. It took me about 30 minutes going back and forth on WhatsApp and pictures and photos and all the rest of that. Beautiful balloons, brought them back, stored them, for a couple of weeks. And then, of course, the day of, you go and get them blown up and, nice, beautiful arrangement. So I go and I pick them up. It's quite a few balloons in the car, some in the back trunk, some in the back seat. And I get home, park the car, press the button to open the back trunk, and the balloons flew away.
Wow.
So listen, I can't tell you what Sherry said, but the bottom line is that I had to go back out and get some balloons. So this morning, I want to say a very special thank you to Party Accessories and Keepsakes. They are located in the Henria Carla Plaza on Cable Beach. It's the same location as the original Swiss pastry shop, and of course my barbers in the Cable Beach Barber. So Mr. and Mrs. Thompson and Destiny. Listen, I want to thank you so much, Star. They came in for the win. I had to go there really quickly. They even had the theme. They had the actual themed balloons. This thing turned out so much better. Could have been a disaster. But listen, I had to go and make something happen really quickly. And so they had the Battle Royale balloons, which was, wonderful. Listen, thank you so much. I'm giving them a shout out live here on Bahamas. In fact, it was so funny, while I was getting this done, I was complaining, telling my story and all the rest of this. And then he says, hey, well, listen, man, it's a pleasure serving you. Maybe you can give us a shout out on Monday. I was like, no, he said, maybe give us a shout out. I said, I could do more than give you a shout out because he didn't know that, we do this thing in the morning time. So,
Yeah.
Hey, Thompson, thank you very much for making it happen. Your wife, and of course, Destiny, who's a former achiever, by the way.
Awesome. Well, listen, Phil, I'm happy it all worked out in the end. I think that your story is one for us this Monday, right? That no matter what flew away or left you, how long you were preparing for it, you've got to pivot, turn around, and make it happen. And so it sounds like you did that, Phil, and I'm sure that Cammy will enjoy the day nonetheless. And so again, we say happy birthday to Cammy Will, and to all of you celebrating birthdays this week, a very happy birthday to you. Remember, guys, no matter what comes your way, you just got to pivot and go again. And it can turn out better than you imagine. So a good story this morning, Phil. Not so sure it was good for you, but good story for the rest of us to take a lesson from today. And we've got a great show coming up for you.
Yeah, no doubt. Always here in Bahamas at Sunrise, we'll be talking with new author Princess Knowles about her children's book, Balinese the Cat. I hope I pronounced that right, but I'll certainly have it right if it is wrong. And we'll talk with Dr. Pinto in our urology care segment once again. He'll be talking about prostate cancer treatment, still so very prevalent here in the Bahamas.
Indeed. Looking forward to that conversation with Dr. Pinto. We're also going to be talking with John Gomez about Aliv's 5th anniversary. And we'll talk to R&R Medical and Welding Supply and Industrial Gases about the work they do. So we've got a full show ahead for you. Before we get to any of it, we're going to take a first look at weather with Godfrey Burnside.
Weather at Sunrise, brought to you by Bahamas First. What's first for you comes first for us.
Thank you, Star, and good morning, Bahamas. In your first look at weather sunrise, weak troughing across Grand Bahama Abaco this morning will keep rain chances across that area elevated. Got a weak cold front is expected to move across the Grand Bahama Abaco area this evening, across the Providence by tonight. And there's a second and stronger cold front that will move through on Tuesday evening, and that'll bring along with some breezy and some cooler conditions. Today, a mix of sun and clouds, warm, with a few showers over the extreme northwest Bahamas, but expect increasing cloudiness by late evening, with some showers and possible thunderstorms along that frontal boundary, high temperature 85. Tonight, mostly cloudy, breezy, and mild, with a few showers, likely thunderstorms, but expect some improvement over the northwest Bahamas by early morning, below 69 degrees Fahrenheit. And the region highs and lows across the Caribbean, Barbados 87 and 77. Jamaica, 87 and 74. Trinidad, 86 and 78. The Turks and Caicos Islands, 85 and 70. Across North America, Atlanta, 57 and 35. In Raleigh, 60 and 36. In Miami, 80 and 69. Dallas, Texas, 61 and 46. And Toronto, Canada, 45 and 34. As you go through the week, there's a second and stronger cold from the back through on Tuesday evening. So by Tuesday, still along the warm side, temperatures cooling down. But after Tuesday, after from the boundary, we'll have partly sunny skies, mild days, cool nights. Temperature daytime will be in the upper 70 to low 80s at daytime, and the low to mid 60s at nighttime. That puts you up in your first look at the weather sunrise. I'm got to go inside. Back to you, Star.
Thank you very much, Brother Godfrey. Balinese, The Cat is a new children's book that promotes the message of optimism, friendship, and forgiveness. Well, I'll tell you what, she's a nurse, she's a children's ministries director, and now she is a new author. We welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise, Princess Anne Maria Knowles, and she's here to talk about her new creation. Did I get the name right?
Yes, you did. You surely did.
Right. Okay, well, welcome to the show. We know this is your first time. And like Star and Romy said before me, only good things happen when you come on Bahamas at Sunrise.
Thank you.
All right, well, let's jump right into it. So, Balinese the Cat. I mean, what was the inspiration for this book before we get into it?
Well, actually, it happened quite haphazardly. I was sitting at my table with my family, and we were engaged, talking and having fun. And then the words just came. I started to rhyme some words together. We talked about a cat. I went online and I saw this Balinese cat. I said, I've never seen this type of cat before. It's a rare sort of pedigree cat from the Indonesian background, similar to the Siamese cat, special type of cat. And so I started to rhyme some words together. God gave me some words and they put it together. I said, you know what, let's put this in a book. And so it basically started from there. My inspiration, particularly for this book, is my daughter, who's 9-year-old, the last child. 9-year-old, she's lively, she's rambunctious, she's just like this cat. Always want to have fun with her friends.
Well, there definitely are inspiration for everything. But when we talk about, so it's Balinese the Cat, it's interesting. What is the story about?
Well, it's a fun rhyming book about optimism, friendships, and forgiveness. It's about this purebred cat that hangs out with some other little feline cats who are not so pedigree background. He loves to play, and then there's particular thing about that he has. His possession is this top hat. He loves this top hat. It's possession that his tangible possession that he has, and in his interaction with his other friends,
they destroy the hat. All right. Of course, he loves this hat. This is his favorite hat. The first instant, he's sad, he's saddened, and then he becomes angry. He goes through this myriad of emotions. But in the midst of that, his friends say, they're quite silly friends. They said they ask his forgiveness, and he forgives them. Simple as that, Yeah.
Well, you say it's as simple as that, but that's a life story for each and every one of us. I think we've all gone through something like that in our lives.
Exactly.
So is this like a series? I mean, okay, so this is your first time, and obviously, we don't take it lightly when you say, well, listen, the words can't you listen, you are a children's ministries director as well. So it means you got that connection going. So it's all purpose driven, right?
Yes, it is.
So
yes,
is this the first in a series, or, I mean, this isn't going to be it, right?
No, not at all. I will tell you just a month later, as I was talking to my son overseas, the second book, God gave me the second book to this series. Before that, though, the Spanish version is coming up because my child goes to a Spanish bilingual school. Okay. And so I'm going to connect it first to the Spanish version, and then I will go on to the second version of the Balinese series. It's exciting. It's about children. It's about, and inherently, it's about the love of Jesus Christ. So I'm going to connect Balinese and his personality, optimism, friendships, and forgiveness to that of a relationship with Christ Jesus. So that's coming in its essence. This is just the foreground to bigger and better things.
You talk about optimism and friendship and forgiveness. That is kind of the story of Jesus Christ and why he came. And, it's a love story at the end of the day, right? I mean,
yes. You're hitting on my second book. You're hitting on my second book. Yes.
What's the timeline on the second book?
I've already written it. I'm just looking for some funding to get things in gear. I have the illustrator, the same illustrator that I used for the first book. And so by God's grace, if not the end of 2021, by January 2022, God's willing, it will be here.
That's right here. I mean, essentially it's here already. All right, good. So you want people to buy this book and also support in other ways. Tell us how they can do that and where they can get the book.
Sure. You can get the book for myself. Just check me up on Facebook, Princess Knowles. And I can leave my contact as well, 465-4711. That's available to you. It's also available at Andrew Aiken Photography on Madeira Street and via Amazon. So you can get the hard copy at Amazon or the Kindle version. You want it now, you can get it now because it's in Kindle format. And the prices are $12.50 for the two sizes I have. I have a local distributor, publisher right here. So the prices are $12.50 for the smaller version and $15 for the regular size. But it's available for myself, Andrew Aiken Photography, or Amazon.
Oh, Amazon. And I'm sure, like most people these days, do you have like those social media handles and people can, Facebook or Instagram or, I don't know the rest of them, but can people reach you those ways as well?
Yes, indeed. My name, Princess Knowles, at Facebook, and via Instagram, it would be PAS Knowles, PAS Knowles 14.
All right. Good stuff. Do you do book readings as well? I mean, I could see, I think that's probably the best way to hear this book, is having you reading and presenting.
Yes, I have done some virtual book readings. I'm scheduled for in-person book readings. So that's what I do as well. So schools are invited to, you call me up, give me a shout, and I will gladly be there for you virtually or in person, whatever you desire, because we are still under these protocols.
Just give us all the details, where, the cost, where people can get them, how they can reach you.
Wonderful. So Balinese Cat is available to you via myself. My number is 465-4711, or via Andrew Aiken's Photography. Yeah, the books are there. And also Amazon. You can get it right now. Get your Kindle version or get your hard copy version. It's available to you. And look out for the next book. The Spanish version is on its way. And the second book is in its series as well. All praise to God.
All praise to God. Listen, thank you so much. Congratulations. I believe it's going to be a long, wonderful series. Let's just put that in the atmosphere right now, okay?
Thank you. Pick it.
All right, good. Amen. All right, thank you so much. Princess Maria Knowles, author.
Thank you.
You're watching Bahamas at Sunrise. We'll be right back.
First, it's more than just our name, more than just our achievements. It's our nature, and it's where we put our customers. At Bahamas First, we've refreshed our look, but our nature remains the same. We design insurance solutions that protect our customers from life's uncertainties. Whatever they may be, we equip you for the future so that you can recover stronger. Bahamas First, what's first for you comes first for us.
The sports we play depend on the health we build. So let's stay healthy. Wear a mask and practice social distancing and hand washing to protect yourself and others. Remember, COVID-19 is not a game.
A public service message from the Bahamas Olympic Committee.
Car insurance, home insurance, marine insurance, this insurance, that insurance. The truth is, you may not like it very much, but you need insurance, and it has to work for you. That's why Summit insurance policies are designed with you and your life in mind, fitting your lifestyle and needs perfectly. So you can rest comfortably knowing that your car, home, boat, and business are well taken care of. Contact our agents at Insurance Management today. Summit Insurance, we peak above all others.
Our world has changed. Many businesses have been closed for months with little or no access to their customers until now. Rev Media can help you remain connected to your customers. Our trusted customized advertising packages and personalized consultants will provide your business with immeasurable support during this challenging time. Your customers are already watching. Rev Media can help you to remain connected. Call us today. Let us help you.
Welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise. Now, November is Men's Health Month, and it's also the month to promote preventative measures for prostate cancer. Urologist Dr. Greggory Pinto is here to talk with us about this. Good morning and welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise, Dr. Pinto.
My pleasure, as always. Good morning, Bahamas, and good morning to my daughter, Gia. Yes, so unfortunately, in this society, we have at least 90 men, Bahamians, and residents dying pretty much needlessly from prostate cancer every single year. It's a pandemic in itself. Prostate cancer is one of the easiest cancers of all cancers to treat successfully, and it can be done so even without surgery. There's over a half a dozen treatment modalities that it can effectively treat your prostate cancer. Many of them can be done on a weekend, and you can be back to work on a Monday. So this whole horrible misconception that prostate cancer is an inevitable death sentence is completely false. I want Bahamian men to realize that if we can pick up prostate cancer early, their chance of survival is nearly 100%. You can not say that about any other cancer. Your 10-year survival is about 99%. So all we need to do is pick up the prostate cancer early. And addressing the elephant in the room, I'll talk about the American Urology Association, along with many governing bodies around the world, including the European Association of Urology. It's no longer advocated for first-line prostate cancer screening to have the dreaded invasive DRE, dreaded finger. So,
what is the new process?
Yeah, so all we need to do is blood tests starting at the age of 40 every year. If that blood test is abnormal, there are more specific blood tests. There's in fact a urine RNA test that came out within the last 2 years that can pick up prostate cancer and even to differentiate whether it's low risk or high risk or whether we need to treat you within the next 5 years. So even beyond that, we have treatment modalities that have no recovery period whatsoever. There's HIFU, which is high intensity focused ultrasound. There's brachytherapy, where we can put low dose or high dose radioactive seeds, minimally invasive in a 40 to 60 minute procedure. And then you go home. Your prostate cancer is cured. You can have radiation. So there's so many things that we can do that don't even require surgery. Even if we do you up for surgery, we can do it minimally invasive. You can be up in about an hour. You could be home the next day. You could be to work in a couple of days. So this terrible misconception that prostate cancer is an inevitable death sentence, that to pick up prostate cancer, you need the dreaded violating digital rectal exam, completely false. So we cannot continue to have all these misconceptions leading to the death of over 90 Bahamian men in residence every single year, when almost every one of these deaths is preventable. It's a pandemic that has gone on and silently killed too many of our fellow Bahamians year after year after year after year.
Yeah. So Dr. Pinto, I mean, you gave us a lot of information there. So one, we understand that, the dreaded finger exam is no more in many instances, particularly if they see you as a doctor.
Cancer screening. So if you're a 40-year-old, you're a 42-year-old, you're a 45-year-old, you're just coming for your annual physical exam. We want to determine whether there's a likelihood if you have prostate cancer or not. The dreaded finger is not going to give us any useful information. We have more specific tests that are non-invasive that can pick up prostate cancer long before you feel anything on the dreaded finger.
So I guess my question
is to pick up prostate cancer when the prostate is feeling clinically normal. Okay. So in many cases, we can actively surveil you for 8, 10, 12 years before we need to cure you. We want to pick up the prostate cancer when it's so low volume, so early, where it has no clinical significance to you. We're just aware of it so that we can act as soon as the prostate cancer becomes clinically significant, and we can do so minimally invasively, and you can get 100% cure rate.
Yeah. So, let's talk about for those who are not first line, that they unfortunately now might be at the point where some more things need to happen. In their instance, what symptoms are they looking for to determine, perhaps I need to go and see Dr. Pinto because this has now become a problem?
That's the greatest issue, that there are no symptoms in prostate cancer when it's early. The only symptoms you may have is when it's too late. Right. So if you're waiting for symptoms, you're waiting for something that's gonna progress, and then you're gonna see it too late. So don't think because you're waking up in the night to urinate several times that you have prostate cancer, and stay away from a urologist or a fellow physician. Statistically speaking, every man's gonna have an enlargement of the prostate, and we're talking about benign disease, BPH, benign prostate hyperplasia. By the time you're in your 60s, everyone is going to have a slowing down of the urinary stream. They're going to pee more urgently, more frequently. It's going to be more difficult for them to empty the bladder. They might be peeing every 45 minutes during the day, 5, 6 times in the night. They're fatigued because they're not getting a good night's sleep. That, statistically speaking, is related to benign disease, an enlargement that's inevitable with any man that's going to have advanced age. So don't be fearful for that. That in itself can have a negative impact on your health because you're not getting those good hours of sleep. You're not emptying your bladder. You can have back pressure on your kidneys that can cause acute kidney injury or even chronic renal failure. So listen to your body. You shouldn't be waking up more than twice in the night to urinate. Obviously, there are many factors that can contribute to that. But if you're not emptying your bladder because you have an enlarged prostate, which goes hand in hand with getting older, we can give you a simple medication once a day that can effectively allow you to, in many cases, wake up once or no times in the night, to be peeing like a young man again, hitting the wall with a good stream. Even if that doesn't happen, we can do minimally invasive procedures within an hour with not a single cut, not a single stitch, no recovery whatsoever, and you can be urinating like a 15-year-old, and you'll take another 50 years before the prostate becomes an obstructive issue again. So essentially, we can take care of the problem for your lifetime. Okay. So listen to your body. But in terms of listening for signs of prostate cancer, there are none. That's why we need to have these blood tests every single year. And don't skip a year, don't skip 2 years, because in those intervening years where you're not tested and you don't know what your prostate specific antigen blood test is, that can be the time where prostate cancer is progressing.
Yeah. All right. Well, some great information here, Dr. Pinto. Just for our viewers, how can they reach you?
Well, I'm a consultant urologist at Princess Margaret Hospital, so you can get a referral from any local clinic in New Province or in the Family Island. All the information I gave you is in my website, urologycarebahamas.com. And my main office is at Oak Tree Medical Center, which is 5th Terrace, Mount Royal Avenue. My number there is 322-1145.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us, Dr. Pinto. Great news, I think, today for a lot of men who are watching. One, that you need to start doing this thing at 40. And the earlier you start to do it, the less invasive it has to be. Certainly, even as things progress, there are less invasive means to handle them. And so we're just grateful for the knowledge today and hopeful that men will take up the action call to get themselves checked out regularly so we can prevent the loss of life, as you indicated, just nearly 90 deaths per year. So thank you so much again for joining us this morning, Dr. Pinto.
My pleasure, and I hope we can save some lives.
Indeed. You're watching Bahamas at Sunrise. We'll be right back.
Imagine what it would be like if there wasn't a referee. That's why we have a referee, to make sure that we all play fair. As an independent regulator, IRCA has been working with consumers and service providers since 2009 to ensure that the regulated sectors are well managed and that everyone's interests are fairly represented. That way, we all get to play on an even playing field. IRCA, improving lives through effective utilities regulation.
Doctors Hospital is pleased to announce our Ambulatory Surgical Center, located at Centerville Medical Center, number 68 Collins Avenue. This state-of-the-art facility offers outpatient same-day surgical services. Our team of skilled and attentive nurses, technicians, and administrative staff are ready to serve you and provide the highest quality care while offering competitive pricing in outpatient surgeries. Patient benefits include online pre-registration, pre-surgical screening, and anesthesia evaluation and clearance, all in a safe, COVID-free environment. We're open Monday to Saturday from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. If you have questions, feel free to contact us by phone at 302-3260 or by email at surgerycenter@doctorshosp.com. Doctors Hospital, trusted and best care now. Isn't your health worth it?
Welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise. We're at the halfway point on this marvelous Monday. I'm Anastasia Palacios.
I'm Philip Simon. Happy Monday to you.
Thank you all so much for staying with us. We hope you enjoyed the first half of the show. Of course, we've got more to come in the second half. Phil, just a great conversation with the author, Princess Knowles.
Yeah.
So great to see Bahamians utilizing their talents and creating and sharing stories.
Yeah. You know, she kind of just glossed over it, right? But usually when you're talking about, you know, persons who are involved with church and, you know, again, she's a children's ministry director. Man, listen, God spoke to you, right? And then said, listen, this is something that you got to do. And, you know, so she became pregnant with it. And, you know, it's a wonderful story. And I think it's much more to come. So I think she said the age category is anywhere from 4 to 10, but obviously there are life lessons in there as well for adults.
Yeah, indeed. Reading these children's books, even rewatching children's, you know, Christmas movies, etc. with my daughter, there's so many things to learn and to remind ourselves of, right? A lot of this stuff we get at the core, at what gives us the foundation. Some of us miss some things, and so it's necessary sometimes, I think, to go back. And then, of course, having Dr. Pinto is just always so informational, and you get to just learn so much. And so I just hope people take heed. The reason that we have so many doctors come to the show, the reason that we share this information so regularly is because we really want people to live a better quality of life. And so I'm just hopeful that he was able to do that this morning.
No doubt. But we've got more to come. We'll be talking to R&R Medical and Welding and Industrial Gases, Welding Supply and Industrial Gases, about the work that they do. I think that's a take 2 weeks with Mark, eh?
Yeah, and we're looking forward to also talking with Aliv. They're celebrating 5 years, actually, and I can't believe it's been...
Can't believe it.
I'm like, what? I'm trying to think back. Are you sure? But yes, celebrating 5 years in operation. And CEO John Gomez is here to talk with us about that. So we're looking forward to that as well.
Yeah, no doubt. But listen, we're going to have a second look with Web at Sunrise with the legendary, the great G-Man, Godfrey Burnside.
Weather at Sunrise, brought to you by Bahamas First. What's first for you comes first for us.
Thank you, Phil, and good morning, Bahamas. In your second look at weather sunrise, your tropical weather outlook. 8 days left in the 2021 tropical cyclone season. The tropics is quiet, and tropical cyclone formation expected during the next 5 days. On the local scene, we've troughing across the extreme northwest Bahamas, Grand Bahama, Bimini. We'll keep rain chances elevated, but we have a weak cold front expected to move across the extreme northwest Bahamas this evening, causing Providence by the night. But we have a second and stronger cool front that will move to on Tuesday evening with breezy and cooler conditions. In your marine forecast today, winds east to southeast at 10 to 15 knots, but shifting westerly and increasing 15-20 knots by evening. Seas at first 2 to 4 feet, but building 4 to 7 feet over the northwest Bahamas. East southeast at 10 to 15 knots, sea 2 to 4 feet. Shifting later this evening southerly at 10 to 15 knots, sea 2 to 4 feet by evening across the central and southeastern islands. On Tuesday, those winds northwest to north at 15 to 25 knots, seas 5 to 8 feet on northwest Bahamas. Southwest to west at 15-20 knots, seas 4 to 7 feet over the central and southeastern islands. On Wednesday, across all the islands, north to northeast at 15 to 20 knots, seas 4 to 7 feet. Your tides. You can expect a high tide at 9:22 this morning. Your next low tide will be at 3:54 this afternoon. High gain tonight at 9:39. Sunset 5:18 this evening. Rises more at 6:32. UV index 7. Your water temperature 77 degrees Fahrenheit. And your moon phase full moon. Your extended look. Front passes through this evening. A second pass through tomorrow evening. With some cloudy skies, with some showers possible along the frontal boundaries, but clearing takes place by Tuesday afternoon, and then by the remainder of the week, we're looking at a breezy and cooler one, with mild temperature daytime, cool at nighttime. Temperature daytime will be in the upper 70s to lower 80s at daytime, and the low to mid 60s at nighttime. That's what's wrapping your fun. Look at weather sunrise. I'm Godfrey Burnside. Back to you, Star.
Thank you so much, Godfrey. When Aliv opened its doors nearly 5 years ago, the company hoped to introduce Bahamians to a different mobile experience through excellent customer service and unique product offerings. They've introduced so many exciting initiatives and invested more than $4 million in the community. Here to talk with us about this, we're very happy to welcome Mr. John Gomez, who of course is their Chief Executive Operator with Aliv. Mr. Gomez, good morning and welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Good morning. It's really great to be here.
It's an absolute pleasure to have you. We want to wish you a happy 5th birthday. Phil and I were talking before the segment started, and we just couldn't believe that Aliv has been with us for 5 years. But from the moment Aliv burst onto the scene, you could tell that this was a different kind of company. I've got a marketing background myself, and I can just tell you that I've always just been enamored with the way that the company does business and how it creates new life. What philosophy drives Aliv?
Well, I'll tell you, when we opened our doors 5 years ago, I mean, that was our intent, to create an experience that was going to be totally different for our customers. I mean, and that's the promise we had made to our customers. And so when you look back over the 5 years that we have been on this journey, it's just been amazing in terms that we've actually been able to accomplish some of those goals. We still got a ways to go just yet. But when you look at the branding, you look at the style that we have delivered and we have produced for the market, this is what we want to be able to offer not just the experience, but the transformation of the telecommunications industry in the Bahamas. And we've actually are proud to say that we have accomplished that particular goal in transforming the way people actually use our platform in the telecommunications industry.
Excellent, excellent. Congratulations again to you. When you look back at it and you think about where you started, you think about where you are now, are there specific things or specific ways that you can see that Aliv has grown?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, one of the things that we always is fundamental for us is the customer. And when you think about the customer, our view on the customer is a totally a unique one. It's not so much in terms of the customer in a business sense, but it's in terms of partnering with those customers to go on this journey with us. And I'll give you a couple of examples of that. So when you think about how do we achieve that? We achieve it by being a part of the community and a part of the family of persons to make this possible for us. We started this journey in terms of our celebration, and I'll talk some more about that a little bit later. But one way we accomplish this is by really, really being a part of the community. Back in September, we started partnering or start to drive even more these initiatives that we've been doing. We've been working with the BNT. We've been planting mangroves at the Bonefish Park. We've had our staff members actually simultaneously throughout the different islands working, doing a fun run walk, cleaning up of beaches, and just giving back to the community as we continue this journey.
Okay, all right. When you think about the future, where do you see Aliv 5 years from now?
5 years from now, I'll tell you, 5 years from now, one of the things, a core pillar of our business is innovation. When we look at the innovation in terms of what we've accomplished thus far, and we look at what's happening digitally and the work from home and what has happened due to the pandemic, we now have been looking at ways that we can actually help to enable our customers to take our platform. The telephone is just a device, but we want to be able to use that device where persons can now take their daily lives and to be able to use applications and different solutions to be able to help their ways of working, the ways that they do business, and just their daily lives in terms of operating appliances and equipment at their homes. And so we're looking at ways, and we've already started that process to deliver those things as we build and continue to maintain our infrastructure.
Yeah, that sounds exciting, and I have no doubt that if Aliv says it, it will come to pass indeed. You know, you all have also been, of course, and you mentioned some of the community initiatives, even in this last year. You've been very active in so many spheres, so visionary in how you think and the way that you transformed communications. When you think about it, though, what for you has been the greatest impact of Aliv in the Bahamas in these past 5 years?
So I'll tell you, sorry, Anastasia. I'll tell you, when we think about that, I mean, it's hard to just pick one item because there's so many different ways that we have actually pushed the envelope in terms of driving the business of Aliv. But if I had to choose one, it will go back to community again, because the community is what it's all about in terms of partnering with those persons who, I'll tell you, and I mentioned a few just now, but just to kind of elaborate on that, a few weeks ago, we were in Camp Road. We were in Camp Road feeding those who are actually in need. We were in Grand Bahama a few weeks ago, assisting at the library. And I'd mentioned the planting of the mangroves to help with the environment, with the greenhouse effects. And because we need to be able to be partners with all of these particular entities to really, really build and support the future. But another one, a major one I want to mention is just last week. I'm just so proud of the team in terms of the Marco Alert test that we did last week. That is tremendous for the country in terms of being able to protect our children who are the jewels and the treasures of this country.
Yeah, no, all significant. You know, you mentioned some family islands there. You know, how are you thanking your loyal customers in those islands? And you guys had a mission to expand, and you certainly did, getting into all the family islands. And so what's the plan to thank them for their participation with you over these past 5 years?
Right. So when we started this journey in terms of our celebration, we if you wish, we started a celebration tour, and we actually went to each of the major family islands that we have a retail space, and we've been inviting our customers to come in. Of course, we've been adhering to the health protocols, but we had our customers coming in. We were thanking them. We were meeting and greeting them, and asking them about their particular experience they've had with us, and really, really telling them, thank you for choosing us and believing in us and taking this risk for joining this particular journey with us. And so we went to Long Island, Exuma, Grand Bahama, and particular on Tuesday, tomorrow, here in New Providence, we'll be doing the same thing for the customers here in New Providence as well, where all of the retail stores, we'll be having giveaways, and we'll have the music going and the treats, and we're inviting everyone to come on by. My team and I, we're going to be popping into each location just to meet and greet the customers as well, and say thank you to them and for appreciating them for being on this journey with us.
Excellent, excellent. Anything else happening in celebration of the 5th anniversary? Will you be doing anything else spectacular?
Yeah, we do have another event tomorrow night where we have some of the key persons and entities who've partnered with us to make this whole thing successful. So we want to thank them, and we're going to have something very special for them tomorrow evening as well.
Excellent, excellent. All right. And Mr. Gomez, I know you got to go. You're busy, right? You've been busy in the past making this thing happen over these past 5 years. You're going to have a very busy day tomorrow. But before you leave, it's too close to Black Friday. We're so used to Aliv giving us some very special deals. And this time, not only is it nearing Black Friday, but it's your 5th anniversary. Are there any deals that we should be looking out for in stores this Friday?
Listen, the deal start on Thursday. We're gonna start on Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So we're gonna be having some fantastic plans and offerings for our customers. So please come on by, get there early because we do have quite a bit of supplies, but we do urge everyone to get there early to beat the lines because as we know, the lines will be long. So come on by as early as you can.
I can attest that I remember going in there a Black Friday maybe 2 years ago after the show was done. So I got there about 8:30. All of that stuff was already gone. Yeah, so I can attest to that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Mr. Gomez, we thank you so much. We congratulate you and your hardworking team. Of course, you are the face because you bear the hard burdens. But so many of them are very committed. An excellent team that you have there in all areas. Excellent customer service, excellent IT, excellent marketing, as we mentioned earlier. And so we congratulate you and your team on the celebration of 5 years and wish you all the best. Thank you for joining us this morning on Bahamas at Sunrise.
Thank you, Anastasia, and we wish you all the best as well.
Have a great day. You're
Great,
watching
stay safe.
Bahamas at Sunrise. We'll be right back.
One thing, two things, new thing, old things, things that are small, things that are grand, things that fit just right in the palm of your hand. Fox Hill Nursery, a large selection of garden supplies. If you can see it in your mind, you can find it at Fox Hill Nursery.
Hi, I'm Dr. Wanda Rogers.
Hi, I'm Dr. Munish Sharma.
Hi, I'm Dr. Valencia Johnson, Director of Ambulatory Services at Doctors Hospital.
I'm the Director of Imaging at Doctors Hospital.
I'm a pediatrician here at Doctors Hospital. I am vaccinated against COVID-19.
I'm fully vaccinated against COVID-19.
I am fully vaccinated against COVID. Are you?
Are you?
Are you?
Sand dollar is the new digital Bahamian dollar created by the Central Bank of the Bahamas. It's just like physical cash, but safer and more convenient. Plus, the various Sand dollar enabled apps are secure and easy to use on any Android or iOS device. Use Sand dollar for your personal and business transactions, whether by QR code, a short name, or even your Sand dollar card. You can send and receive Sand dollar safely with just a touch of a button. Sand dollar, the digital Bahamian dollar.
Welcome back. R&R Medical and Welding Supply and Industrial Gas, the #1 industrial gas provider in the Bahamas, is devoted to servicing persons with medical and industrial needs. Here to talk with us about this is the owner and operator of R&R, Vincent Morley. Good morning and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Morning, sir. How are you doing? Thanks for having me.
I'm great. Glad to have you in studio. Apologies I couldn't be there, but you hold it down on the set for us.
Yeah, man. Yeah, indeed. Absolutely.
Perfect. So tell us about your business, R&R, and how it's grown over the years.
Well, you know, we're being open now, more than I say 8-9 years now. And we have grown heavily working along with big construction companies like the ISD group and the Chinese group was built at Bahamas. Then also, of course, from the medical side, the Doctors Hospital. We partnered with them some years back when we first got started. And we took off since then.
That's perfect. So give us an idea, what are medical and industrial gases? What's the range that you offer?
We do helium for balloons, argon gas, which is for aluminum welding. We do acetylene, of course, for acetylene and oxygen was used for the body shops and cutting steel. And then on the medical gases side, we use nitrous oxide, what is being used to put you to sleep. And then medical oxygen for breathing, of course, which is heavily being used during COVID. And then helium, UHB helium, which is being used for, and also liquid helium, which is used for the MRI machines. And then on the liquid nitrogen side, which is being used by IMAX for to make ice cream.
Oh, that's really a broad range of gases there. And until you started to list them off, I didn't really think, that we utilize them in the country. But, it seems as though we have a number of different industries that you do serve. So tell us, what types of industries typically use the gases that you provide?
Well, there's a unique business that just got started, which is a farm. They're growing fruits and vegetables, I think greens. So we started supplying them with CO2 for that, to grow organic food. Then, of course, liquid nitrogen is being used at MacFit, where they use as a cryotherapy for your skin treatment. Then IMAX is using it to make ice cream, Bahama. And you get different walks of life that has different acquired tastes,
Yeah, it seems like you got the restaurant industry, you got farming, you got construction, you got medical, you got entertainment, you covering it all.
Boy, I trying. And then of course, there's just, the nightclubs, they use the CO2 for the smoke effects, when for a little flair. And of course, weddings as well too, you gotta mix it up,
Sound like you give me an idea,
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
An shindig, right?
Yeah.
So for the general public, you talked about weddings and parties. Are there any other uses the general public usually reach out to you for these gases?
They use it for, UHP helium is used for diving. Some companies come down to do deep water diving. They use the UHP helium for that, for breathing. They go way, way down in the ocean. Then of course you have the acetylene gas, which is used mostly for welding and repairs. The boats, the marines, the boats. We have 700 islands and keys, so a lot of these boats, they need tanks on board to do little minor repairs or little maintenance to take us from Nassau to Andros, the Lutra, Exuma, wherever else.
This is pretty exciting because once again, I haven't. I'm familiar with, of course, the CO2. We operate a farm, Eden Farms, that we use that.
Yes,
the plants CO2, and it helps them to bulk up and increase their weight. But in terms of handling all these various gases and having them at your facility and distributing them, what level of professional certifications do you and your team have to be qualified in this industry and to handle these gases safely?
Well, one, we are part of the Gas Association, GAUDA. We are also a part of we got trainings from cryogenics. My U.S.-based partners on the gases side is Matheson Tri-Gas and also Proxair, which is basically based in Puerto Rico, which we get bulk liquid oxygen from to supply Doctors Hospital and a few other companies that we supply now presently. But yeah, it's pretty unique and taxing,
Yeah, I would imagine, the different types of gases that are there, and especially during COVID time, and you speak about oxygen, tell us, what's it been like? You hear across the region and places all around the world about, shortages for oxygen, for hospitals and for treatment. So how did that affect you in effectively delivering that gas in particular here in country?
Well, right now, as you know, the world right now is suffering from trucking and shipping delays. So that right now is basically one of the key obstacles I'm facing, but most businesses is facing. But I think we have fixed the problem for now, and we don't see it happening. Any other changes happening in the near future right now. Of course, cost has increased tremendously in terms of trucking and shipping, but we worked through it. We got it going. We got it sorted out. The best we can.
Yeah, we appreciate you for that. We know it's difficult times. There are lots of people in this country that probably depend on your products, depend on the industries that use your products. So we're glad that you were able to continue functioning and providing the public with the products you have. You seem very passionate about this job and about your company. So what excites you about your work and your company and doing this type of working in this type of industry?
Well, I love what I do. I love the feeling of it. I love helping people where I can. You have some customers who don't have it all the time, but I hate to see some family members who don't have it. You got to make sure they're covered all around, especially medical customers. We tend to them. We have a heart. Be passionate about it. In terms of the timeline of getting the oxygen to the families, because patients may be home, in bed, can't move. So we offer 24-hour service to make sure the customers get what they need on a timely manner.
That's fantastic, especially that 24-hour service.
Yes.
You know, nothing to beat that, you know, because who knows when there's going to be an emergency or when someone may run out of a critical gas that they need.
Yeah.
But you've laid it all out there. I'm sure everyone who's watching in has some industry or some interest that they can utilize some of your products. So tell us how people can contact you to find out what you have to offer and how they can get some.
Well, you can reach us on my cell directly if needed, 427-6908, 242 of course. And the office is 698-1160. And you could email us. We are actually on Instagram. We're on Facebook, R&R Welding, rnrweldingandfire.com. We're pretty all around. I also have my LinkedIn page. You could reach me on LinkedIn. So I'm accessible, and the staff and team is accessible. Everyone has their cell phones. I make sure I get everyone their cell phones so that at the end of the day, you know, they can be reached when it's needed. Yes.
Perfect. I love that, man. Vincent Morley, owner and operator of R&R Medical and Welding Supply and Industrial Gas. Thank you for joining us at Mamas at Sunrise this morning. Continue to do the important work that you do, and be well, my brother.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for joining us at Mamas at Sunrise. We'll be right back.
Imagine you are going places in life. You feel the love and support of your family and friends. And then something happens that can change it all. Can you imagine? No. I really want you to imagine. You've done that thing that no one wants to talk about. You've made a huge mistake. Now, there's no one around except you, the consequences, and this new life. Luckily, there's an organization called PACE that have been providing access to young mothers like me for 50 years. PACE believes in preventing these types of stories, but PACE also believes that my story does not have to end with the mistakes of my childhood. PACE believes in providing holistic assistance to young mothers and fathers when they need it most. PACE, providing access to continued education for more than 50 years.
Shell Unleaded improves your fuel economy, giving increased miles per gallon, allowing you to do more of what you really want. Special additives used in Shell Unleaded improve your engine's efficiency. So go further with Shell Unleaded. Venture out to beaches, Junkanoo, and festivals and bring home memories that will last a lifetime. Shell, fueling journeys that matter.
Have you heard about Trinity Christian Schools?
We are a family school located on Trinity Way, Stapleton Gardens. We offer quality Christian education from preschool to grade 6. Here are the reasons why you should choose Trinity Christian Schools.
We offer quality Christian education.
We are a family school.
Our teachers provide individual support.
Our class sizes are small.
We offer a safe and happy environment.
Our teachers are caring and experienced.
Join the Trinity family.
We want you to be a part of the Trinity Christian Schools.
Come join us.
We want you to be a part of our family.
Sand dollar is the new digital Bahamian dollar created by the Central Bank of the Bahamas. It's just like physical cash, but safer and more convenient. Plus, the various Sand dollar enabled apps are secure and easy to use on any Android or iOS device. Use Sand dollar for your personal and business transactions, whether by QR code, a short name, or even your Sand dollar card. You can send and receive Sand dollar safely with just a touch of a button. Sand dollar, the digital Bahamian dollar.
Well, that's going to do it for us, folks. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's episode of Bahamas at Sunrise. We certainly hope you enjoyed it as much as we enjoyed bringing it to you. And we'll be back with more on Friday.
Absolutely. See you then. Have a great week.